Hello and welcome back today for a brand new video. We are chatting about the Huda Beauty Wild Collection. I am excited to dive into today's video. I'm going to be reviewing each one of the 4 palettes, showing you 4 different eye looks with them, and also doing swatches and talking about the formula. So let's go ahead and get started. Huda Beauty just released the Wild Obsessions eyeshadow palettes. There are 4 different palettes a part of this collection. They are available now as I'm filming this, so of course I will have links to them down below. I was really excited to see this launch. I love the Obsession palettes. I have a large collection of them and they are actually some of my favorite eyeshadows to work with. Also, I feel like the formula is pretty consistent across the board, which I enjoy. These palettes though, I will say, I feel like are a little bit bumped up from her other palettes. I found these ones really easy to work with and I found the color story really fun with each one of these. I will show you swatches here in a second, but I do want to run through the price on these. So they are going to retail for $29 each, which is her normal Obsessions palettes price. They are 9-pan palettes. This one I'm holding here is the Jaguar palette. The packaging is really cool on these ones. It kind of goes up and down and it has a fun color story to each one of the palettes, but she also has some unique pans. I feel like Huda is kind of known for making these like really fun pans. We have like these snakeskin ones and then this one almost looks like, I don't know, like it's almost like a Jaguar itself, but it almost reminds me of like mold or something. It kind of reminds me of her Naughty palette, but there's some fun formulas in these and also like some fun textures to them. So we have this one here, which is the Chameleon palette. Again, you have that really cool texture in there. So a lot of different color waves with these. So depending on what you were looking for, let me go ahead and get into the swatches of each one of them so you can see them up close. So here we have the Chameleon palette. As I said, the packaging is really cool on these and you do get a unique array of shades. I find each one of these actually looks really reflective. The shimmers especially, matte's all swatched really nicely too. Next we have the Jaguar palette. This is probably the one I was most excited for color story wise. I feel like it's very different, very unique. I love how earthy the tones in here are. We have the Tiger palette up next. I love all of the yellow orangey tones in this one, and that pink is also really pretty. It looks like it's more of like a topper shade. And then we have the Python palette. I think the green in here swatched really pretty. I cannot wait to try that one out on the eyes. Also the turquoise in the middle, I feel like swatched really nicely as well. Also with the Wild collection, she is launching a mini lip set. So inside of here, you do have 3 of her mini matte lipsticks, and then you also have her Silk Balm, which is a really nice lip balm. On my lips right now, I am wearing the shade Feline, and it's a really nice, comfortable matte formula if you've never tried it before. I do use them quite often, and I find it's really comfortable. It doesn't dry down too much, and they last really long on the lips as well. All right, I don't want to waste any more time now that you've seen swatches of everything. Let's go ahead and dive into each one of the eye looks. I am first going to start with the palette that I'm most excited about. This is the Jaguar palette. The tones in this one, this is everything to me. So we're gonna start with this one first. I'm gonna go into this taupe shade to start the look out. And I'm just like digging the tones in this one. I think it's gonna be so pretty on the eyes. And there's really some unique colors in here that I think are gonna be really unique to your collection as well. So far so good. I love a good like mauve taupey shade like this. It's one of my favorites to put all over the lid, just like for an everyday look too. Next, I'm gonna run into the brown and I'm going to just deepen that up a tiny bit here with the brown. With a smaller detailed brush, I'm gonna go into the black shade and I'm going to use this just here on the outer corner. The black is pigmented, but not too pigmented, so I think it'll be actually pretty user-friendly. Next, with my finger, I'm gonna go into like this moldy looking shade. I am using this one on my lid. It's kind of like a green mixed with a black. That is really cool because it has a lot of dimension to it and it really fades into the black we used. So I feel like I could leave that right there and that would look really cool, but I'm gonna add a little bit of that purple on top just to see how that kind of looks. This is more of like a topper shade. Yeah, that's really cool on top of there. For lower lash, I'm just gonna go into those same shades, really just buff them down. I'm going to use her Lifeline Quick and Easy liner just to make a quick small wing. I wanted a dramatic lash, so I went ahead and added the Samantha lashes from Huda Beauty, and here is the finished look with the Jaguar palette. I love how this turned out. All right, for the next eye, we're going to be going into the Chameleon palette. This is probably the one that I was second most excited to try out. First shade we're going to dip into is this middle one here. Same brush, a big fluffy brush to start. Now I'm gonna go a little bit higher than I did with the previous look. Going to go into this coral shade here and also just bring this into the crease. Those two blend together really nicely. Smaller detail brush, we're gonna go into this more burgundy shade and work it here on the outer V. We're gonna go into this shade right here with my finger and swing this across the lid. Because it's a swirl, it's getting some of the purple and also some of the red. You can kind of see the dimension there. So this would be a really pretty look again on its own. We are gonna bump it up a little bit and add in this violet purple though, right over top. I'm gonna add some of this gold to my inner corner as a highlight. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of this deeper shade over here and just further deepen up this outer corner. Again, the same shades for our lower lash line. Here is our finished look with the Chameleon palette. Same lashes again. I love this look as well. It's really fun and vibrant. I think the shades were really pigmented in this one. Starting my next look, we're going into the Python palette. You might see a little bit of black still on my eyes. That's from the liner. But we're gonna start with this neon green shade. And the same brush, we're gonna go ahead and work the shade into the crease first. It's definitely more pigmented than I thought it was gonna be. It's a kind of a cool shade. It's like a mix between a green and a yellow. I'm gonna go into this like bluish color next, same brush, and work that shade also into the crease. Those two mixed together kind of make a fun like green shade. I'm now gonna go into the brown and just work this a little bit here on the outer portion just to deepen it up. Now we're gonna go into this green shade right here and put this shade all over the front portion of the lid. That one tops really cool over those other two. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of the middle shade, like the scaly one, and put that just on the outer portion here. And then for lower lash, I'm just repeating those same three beginning shades. I feel like my eye is not happy I'm putting lashes on again, but here is this look. I love how like duochromatic it is. It's a really fun like play on these colors. Same Samantha lash. Like I said, my eye is kind of irritated, but you guys can tell this is a really cool look. Lastly, we're gonna go into the Tiger palette and use this one. I'm gonna start with this shade right here, same brush, and begin to work this into my crease. Going to go into the yellow and also add this on top of that first shade. With a little bit of a smaller brush, I'm gonna go into this orange. And I'm going to kind of work this just like right in this outer portion and also swing it a little bit into the fold of my eye. I am going to be taking the gold on my finger and we're putting that shade just right here on the outer portion of the eye. And then for the inner, we're going to go into this pink shade and place that on the inner corner. With these shades, I find that if you tap, they look a little bit better. So I'd recommend tapping those on the lid instead of like rubbing. Add a little dimension. I'm going to go into the brown shade and just add a little bit of that just on the outer portion here. Lower lash, we're going into the same orange and same yellow. Okay, same lashes and liner as well. And here is the look with the Tiger palette. Getting into my final thoughts on the collection, I did my eyes again. I use a combination of all of the palettes. I think these are really good, you guys. I think you cannot go wrong with whatever color story you pick. I loved each one of the looks I came up with. I thought each one was unique in its own way. I think these palettes are a little bit different. They're not like anything crazy or out of this world, but the formulas are just different enough to where I feel like you would get a lot of use out of these and also feel like they're a little bit, like I said, unique to your collection. You don't have something exactly like these. So I would highly recommend them if you are looking for something colorful, something different. Also want to mention that the liner is also really good. That was my first time trying it out, and I think that it's really nice at creating a wing. It was nice and easy to use, nice and black, and also when my eye was messing up from the lash, it didn't like bleed out or anything like that. So it seems like it's waterproof, which is nice as well. So again, I'll link that also, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you found it helpful. Comment down below what was your favorite eye look that I did. This one or out of the other four, which one was your favorite? favorite. I'd love to know if you guys are planning on grabbing one of these. Drop a comment. Also, give a like if you did enjoy this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.